As the White House cracks down on illegal immigration, the administration is also making changes to legal immigration. By the way, that includes DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals policy, which applies to children brought to the U.S. illegally as children, as you probably know. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Director, his name is Joseph Edlow. He is the official in charge of overseeing legal immigration pathways. He sat down with our Camila Montoya Galvez in a CBS News exclusive. Edlow detailed the Trump administration's plans for DACA.
And sir, one of the most high-profile, well-known immigration programs overseen by your agency is the DACA program for so-called Dreamers. Is the second Trump administration planning to try to terminate this program yet again?
You know, we're still engaged in conversation. Obviously, there's a lot of litigation on that. So as that continues to play out, we'll see where we land.
Why is it that the administration has not yet articulated a policy position on DACA this time around?
Again, I think it has to do with some of the litigation that's been pending. But
Okay.
You'd have to ask people at the White House or the department why they haven't done that.
Because in 2020, and I'm quoting here, you called DACA an illegal and de facto amnesty program. Do you still believe that?
I do.
Okay, so he had not a lot to say, but then a lot to say with that last point there. Where does DACA stand? What is the current status of
It's a really good question, because DACA is still in place after more than a decade since the Obama administration created it back in 2012. It currently protects roughly 500,000 people known as Dreamers who came to the U.S. illegally or who overstayed their visas as minor children. They can continue to renew their protections, but it is very much still in legal limbo. And that is because a group of Republican-led states are asking a federal judge in Texas to gradually shut it down on the grounds that it was an illegal policy. And as you just heard, one of the top U.S. immigration officials under this administration agrees that this program is illegal, but the Trump administration has not yet made a final decision, he says, on whether or not it will try to terminate it yet again, because during the first Trump administration, it tried to do so, but was blocked by the Supreme Court from doing so on technical grounds.
The other thing is the administration is proposing changes to the citizenship process.
Yes.
What can you tell us about what those changes could be?
Well, the administration is mounting this aggressive campaign to more heavily scrutinize people who are applying for legal immigration benefits, including citizenship and green cards. In terms of the citizenship process, the administration is adding more questions to that civics test that citizenship applicants have to take to demonstrate that they have a good basic understanding of American politics and history. It is also expanding what counts to have good moral character. That is one of the requirements in the citizenship process. They're adding factors like whether you have traffic tickets, but also positive contributions like volunteer service and your educational attainment. And they're also restarting something known as a neighborhood checks, which involves investigators going into neighborhoods to interview the neighbors and coworkers of citizenship applicants to see if they can attest to whether or not the applicants have good moral character. Critics say that these changes are designed to scare legal immigrants and deter them from applying for benefits that they qualify for on paper. But the director told me that this is designed to promote integrity in the system.
And I guess raise the bar in some way. But how does the government, I mean, it's already strapped, right, in terms of law enforcement at the federal level. How will they be able to now go into neighborhoods and conduct these interviews?
It's a good question, because the director did say that this neighborhood check will not apply to every single citizenship case, because simply put, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services does not have the manpower nor the resources to carry that out for every single case. But he says it will deter fraud and abuse and will prevent bad actors from becoming U.S. citizens. But of course, there's still this chilling effect in immigrant communities, people who are here legally who are now scared of applying for American citizenship.
All right, Camilo, with always some really crucial reporting for us. Thank you very much.